Hello, good evening. Happy Friday. How are we all? It's been a while. Half term for us for 2 weeks, and welcome to lockdown. So I just thought I would come on and do an update because it's been so long, and I wanted to share exciting news, talk about my birthday, and just give an update really. So I'm coming to the end of 2 weeks half term. Our children get 2 weeks, and it's been amazing, really, really good. Again, I have struggled to balance business, work, cottages, children, being a mum, all those kind of things. For the first week, I did my 5:30 a.m. start, which has worked amazingly. At the moment, I'm going through completing on 2 purchases, and that just needs me to be on the end of the email, answering the questions, getting the inquiries to the right place, dealing with the broker, dealing with the agents, dealing with the solicitor. And then this last week, we were supposed to be, long time ago, in Tenerife. It's quite ironic, actually. I booked Tenerife for Saturday to Saturday, Halloween for a week. And when it became apparent that we were going to have to quarantine when we got back, I then moved it to February half term. And 2 days before we were supposed to go, the quarantine from the Canaries was lifted, and the flight went. So we could actually have been in Tenerife now, coming home tomorrow. Instead, we went to Center Parcs. Oh my goodness, it was absolutely brilliant. Really, really amazing. I can't recommend it highly enough. We really just had, we only went for 2 nights in the end because of lockdown, but just that change of scene made all the difference. But it did mean that I didn't keep up on the work as much. So then yesterday and today, I've had to play catch up. Yesterday, I was 44 years old. Well, I still am. It was my birthday yesterday. I turned 44. And I find something really pleasing about symmetrical numbers. 44, 33, 22. I like them. It feels right in some way. And it also made me a bit reflective. I don't know if that's a sign of getting older, but it made me think what I was doing when I was 33. And in the last 11 years, I have got married, had 2 children, moved to Cornwall, bought some properties, bought the cottages, started the property business, qualified as a business coach, as a sound therapist, as a Reiki practitioner. I have basically turned into me. I don't know who I was when I was 33, but I definitely feel as though the last 11 years, which is obviously a quarter of my life so far, has been very symbolic. I feel like I found who I am, and maybe that's what happens in your 30s, mid-30s to mid-40s. But it feels very symbolic, and it feels very grounding, and it's a bit like understanding that deja vu, having that means that you're on the right path. I feel like I'm on the right path. I feel like I've been brought where I am for various reasons, all the right reasons and all the great reasons. So I'm feeling really happy. Like I said, lockdown obviously affects us in the cottages. Thankfully, we learnt from last time and put some protocols in place, and we already have business travellers staying who are allowed. And we have various longer term people who it's going to be their primary residence. So it's not dire straits for us. And that is basically a case of really living and learning and applying the lessons that we learned in lockdown 1. Who can we help now? Who needs a home? Who's allowed to be here? How can we accommodate them safely and keep us safe and the staff safe? And so that's feeling really positive as well. I have a feeling that lockdown is not going to finish at the beginning of December. I think that this is a soft way of introducing the idea to us, and after a month it's going to be announced that it needs to be longer. So if you do have a business, some real longer term planning, really brainstorm now. What can you do? How can you diversify? What can you make the most of? What skills do you have that can do something in terms of business for you? Even if it's a complete and utter U-turn from what you're doing, it's great to think of ways that you can drive business and generate an income over what might be the next 1, 2, 3, however many months. We know that furlough is not ending now until the end of March. That's 5 months away. That's a very long time. And any of us who rely on our income and it has been stopped, we need to question now what else we can do. So definitely worth a brainstorm. I think I put on the group the other day, but I'm available all of next week, and I'll happily do free 15-minute one-to-one calls. If anybody wants them, please do send me a message, a private message, or comment on this video. I've got enough time slots to be able to do a couple a day, and just to go through ideas, just to thrash out some ways of making the most of the situation. What can I do? What are my options? How can I go from here? I'd be really, really happy to help. So do let me know if that's something that you're interested in. Exciting news is that I have got a new venture with a wonderful lady that I know in the property world and also in Cornwall. And it's very, very early stages. But you know those things that get you really excited and make you tick and make you realise that you want to work with people and you want to provide solutions and help them. And it's going to be around inspire and motivate, business inspiration and motivation. But we're both very positive people. We wake up on the right side of bed every day. We're really into nature and the outdoors, but also taking control of your own destiny and the way that you feel, and then integrating that into your life. And so it's a really exciting avenue that has been brought to us really by the universe. It's a serendipitous situation. So watch this space because I'm really excited about it. And there's going to be so much amazing, free, valuable content that anybody can access. It doesn't matter whether you're in property, other kinds of business, whether you only want to do it for your personal life. So that's a really exciting thing going forward. Interesting in terms of lockdown, not being able to stay elsewhere. So that means I'm back to driving 20 hours a week. No, 10 hours a week, which is a bit of a bummer because we had just about got out of the habit of it in the first half term. And now that's going to change again. So I haven't really got a plan or solution for that at the moment. But again, brainstorming, working through what we can do, and if that's the case, then so be it, and we'll make the best of it. When we were travelling an awful lot, one of the main benefits was the children listened to so many incredible audiobooks that I don't think they would have read the books otherwise. We did The Hobbit, we did The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, and those kind of literary classics are not really what modern day children go for as much as Harry Potter, say, and Captain Underpants and Dogman. And so there's a positive already. You know, we can get the audiobooks back on and delve into some really, really long and brilliant stories. It's just another way of making the most of it. In terms of the cottages, we have got really brilliant tenants moving in, and I can't wait to see them all full of life, really. There's something about winter. I am a winter fan through and through. In fact, my daughter just opened the door earlier on and looked outside and said, "Oh, I love this time of year because it's so dark and crisp and fresh, and it makes you feel really cosy when you are in home." Equally, I love putting on an amazing coat and a hat and boots and going for a walk in the crunchy leaves. We've had frost yesterday and today in the mornings, and that again, I really love that feeling. It kind of makes you want to get your snuggly socks on and embrace the fresh air. These were birthday presents from Honey. She chose them. Dreamcatcher earrings, which I thought was really, really sweet. She also chose me a Girl Power mug, which is just beautiful. And all of my cards seem to be about embrace the possibilities, dream big, follow your heart. And that kind of makes me really happy because it shows that the way I feel is penetrating other people. They understand that that's the way that I tick, and that's what makes me get excited and what makes me buzz. we've had some business travellers arrive tonight staying in one of the cottages. They're here for 4 days, and the chap sent me a message and said, "Yep, we're here, everything's fantastic. What an amazing spot you have, you're so lucky." I didn't, but I wanted to reply saying, it's not luck. Luck has nothing to do with it. What it is courage and risk-taking and planning and forward-thinkingness and just the foresight to say, I can do this. It won't be easy, it won't be smooth, but I know that I can, and whatever path or journey that takes, I'll be able to come out the other side knowing I've done it and made a success and had an achievement out of it. And I thought that was quite a powerful message, really. As it was my birthday yesterday, I treated myself to some of those mindfulness magazines. There are so many now. I used to remember when there was only that one, and I can't remember the name of it in the moment. Now I've picked up Happiness, funny spelling, and it's so brilliant. I was going to repurpose it and give it to some friends, but it has all these fantastic pages. I'll see if I can show you, of inspirational quotes, and Honey wants to print them out and put them on our wall. Never miss out on an opportunity for personal growth. Show up for the moment. Be patient, be loving, be kind, be gentle. And I just think something like that is so incredible for children to have on the wall. It's a message that each time they see it will reinforce it, and it becomes part of who you are. Serenity comes when you trade expectations for acceptance. I find my happiness where the sun shines, or for me, where the sea flows, or where the trees blow. I find my happiness in lots of places. But I think it's really amazing because you can use all of those quotes as part of who you are and take them on in your daily life. I loved this one. It's not in the stars to hold our destiny, but in ourselves. And that's a message that we hear quite often, but then when you see that it's William Shakespeare, I think it makes it more poignant and special, because he was saying that such a long time ago, and yet here we are in 2020, and it is still as relevant today as it was all that time ago. And also, everything about when Shakespeare was writing was completely different. It is not in the stars to hold our destiny. Only us have the answer to it. Yes, we cannot control the things that life throws at us, but we can entirely control how we react to it. And that is what makes our destiny ours or not. That is what determines whether we can make our lives happy and successful and joyful, is how we respond to the things that life does throw at us. William Shakespeare knew that all those years ago. And there are some of us now who still need reminding of it. We all need reminding of it. You know, we all get lost in the moment and things overtake. And that's life. That's how it works. But it's just good to know that it's always been that way, really. And the more we reinforce those messages to ourselves, the more they become who we are as well. So, 44, my 45th year on this planet. Sounds a bit crazy when you say it like that. A bit closer to half a century than I ever had any clue that was the case. But also really excited. I think there's something comes with being in your 40s that's about understanding yourself, a real self-awareness, maturity, a genuine connection with who you are and who you've become, and the fact that everything we have is a choice and that we have put ourselves here. And obviously I'm not hurtling towards 50 in the next couple of years, but if I now say, what are my 5-year goals going to be, then that's really quite relevant. That makes it about, what am I going to have done by the time I'm 50? Where do I see myself? Where do I want my children to be? It's only 5 years. And if my life has changed so dramatically in the last 11 years, there is a possibility that it will do again in the coming 5 years. And I want to steer that. I want to be the one in the driving seat. I want to be the one who takes that direction and makes a choice on it and then makes it happen. Because if I don't, I'll limp along in some kind of semi-existence, and I was never a limper, and none of us have to be. None of us have to be at all. It's so easy to limp and drift through life. And if we just plan and take control and acknowledge that we have control of our own destiny, then we steer ourselves through the seas of life and make sure that we know where we're going. It's been great to come back on. I'm going to be back to dailies. Now we're back to a normal routine. So do let me know if there's anything you want talking about, anything you want discussing, anything exciting that you've got going on. Please let me know, and I'll let everybody else know. And anybody who is interested in a one-to-one next week, message as soon as possible, because the slots will go really, really quickly. So I'll just recap 15-minute one-to-ones next week, covering anything, life, business, whatever, from next Monday, which is the 9th of November. Take care. Happy Friday.